Welcome everybody to Charlotte Motor Speedway for the iOS Racing Series. This is a playoff elimination race. My name is Josh Hall. I'm being joined tonight by Matt Knights. Matt, how you doing tonight?
I'm good, Josh. Thank you.
Great. Here we are, elimination race tonight. The top four are going to be eliminated. So we can see right now. I'm going to put the points here up on the screen. Brandon White week was our winner. He's locked in for the rest of the playoffs. Ian Martin in second, Dustin Dean third, Brian Nudie in fourth. Isaiah Gill, Austin Blaylock, Dean Qualley, and Michael Lawrence, they're on the bubble. So they're going to be having to race their way in tonight. I do know that Michael Lawrence is running a special paint job tonight. His daughter actually made him a paint job. So it's her birthday, so she's running a special for that. So happy birthday to her. And yeah, I'll be excited to see these guys trying to get into this playoffs here. So take
Josh, it looks like there's 21 cars tonight.
that is correct. We'll have 21 cars tonight in the field.
So with the eighth place car being 22 points behind, it looks like just about anybody could move on up.
That's true. Yeah. So this is a tight battle here. They only have two race rounds here. So Charlotte, Talladega last week, which is kind of a wild card, being Talladega, and then this week at Charlotte. Then we'll move on to the round of 8 next week. So Joe's not with us tonight. Joe is running in that big money race tonight. So I know he's good luck to Joe tonight in that as he tries to qualify for that. I know in his practice earlier today he was sixth fastest. So hopefully he can, uh, do intensity broadcasting well and qualify for the main here. So right now we got Isaiah Gill in the Cheetos machine putting down his qualifying. Right now, that's going to put him up into the 4th spot. On pole right now, though, Dustin Dean in the 21. So I know he's got to have a good race tonight to move into the bubble here. And I know he's almost locked in right now, sitting in second. So hopefully he can move on to the next race. So it looks like pretty much everybody has qualified. Looks like we just have one car left on track, the 86 machine of Derek Regal, as he's in that Minecraft car coming across the line right now. So, Matt, we were talking before the race. You're a rookie in this series, or just coming up through the ranks right now, huh?
Yeah, we've been racing go-karts for the last few years, but in the springtime, everything kind of shut down, and we needed to find something to do. So bought a wheel and a couple screens, and off we went. So yeah, probably maybe 6, 7 months.
Awesome. And how you liking it so far?
It gives a very different perspective. Uh, it's not just smashing the gas and steering. There is a lot more pedal control. Being at Charlotte, I know there's going to be some drag braking going on and going into the corners and trying to maximize speed through there. So it's a lot more involved than people would think that haven't tried it than just smashing the gas and driving the car.
That's for sure. And especially these cup cars here at Charlotte, it's more like almost like a super speedway for the beginning of the run. You're by yourself or you're on fresh tires. You can keep the pedal mashed to the floor, but as the run wears on, you definitely start to have to feather the throttle and even use the brake a little bit. As we see Max McClure on track right now, I know he's in the playoffs at the moment, trying to advance his way in as well in that iRacing Oval Series. Don't forget, these guys will have 3 different series starting up next year. They're going to have the ARCA Series on Monday nights, the Cup Series on Tuesday nights, and the Truck Series on Wednesday night. The Cup and the Trucks are a paid series. You can join both of them for $20, or you can run the Cup for $20. Sorry, you can run both of them for $25, or you can run the Cup for $20 and the Trucks for $15. If I think that's right, I don't have it right here in front of me. I should, but I apologize, I don't. I came out of the Super Speedway Kings race and wanted to get right in here, and I know I started up a little bit late, so I do apologize, but we are live. We're about a minute away from the drop of the green flag. As we look at Dean Qualley on track now. running that 17 car. And Dean's son is quite the racer, too. His son runs in the iOS Lite series that they ran. That was the Super Stock series. And I believe his son's only 11 or 12 years old, and he was putting on a show for these guys at one point during that series. So I know you're talking about go-karting and moving your way up. So it's nice to see the young blood getting on iRacing and starting to make a name for themselves, too.
And I'll tell you, as a parent of a son who races go-karts, boy, is it nice to just have a reset button and spend all week working on it.
A lot cheaper, right?
Exactly. It saves a lot of time, a lot of money.
I was joking around the other day. One of my screens was really loose, so I grabbed a wrench and was tightening the bolts there and I said, "Hey, look, I'm working on my race car with my Snap-on tools." So
It looks like we're about to grid up.
yeah, we are just about to grid. So let me get the grid up on the screen. Starting on pole tonight in the Apex Racing Machine, Dustin Dean in your 21. Outside of him, Stephen Black in the 98 machine. Row 2. Start rolling off in third, Brian Nudie in 2 pedals, 1 clutch. And Isaiah Gill in the 2 machine starting in fourth. Chris Wheeler rounding out in fifth. And Michael White in the 09 rolling off in sixth. Michael Provolt in the 7th spot. Rounding out row 4, James Moore. In 9th in the 11 machine, Dylan Redding. And outside of him will be Will Witt. Max McClure in the 19 machine, rolling off in 11th. And 12th will be Austin Blaylock. And give me a second while I swap to the next row. There we go. Brian Merle Jr. in the 12th spot, rolling off in 13th. James Bowen, the 28, rolling off 14th. Dean Qualley getting that 17th car, rolling out 15th. And the end of the 8th row, Michael Lawrence in the 47 machine. Brandon White in the 20 machine, rolling off in 17th. And Derek Regal in 18th. TJ Floyd, another Apex driver, in 19th. And Race Control isn't actually a car. They're just there to keep everything rolling and nice and smooth. So we see our pole sitter getting ready to roll off here. As the pace cars rolled off, but nobody else has. There they all go.
Well, it's better going into turn 1 than coming out of turn 4.
Oh, that's true. That's true. As they're catching up to the pace car right now. So elimination race for these guys. Like I said, a couple guys on the bubble. A couple guys need to race their way in. For some of the drivers, it's a win and you're in. So we'll have to see how these points shake up as the race goes on.
I was going to ask you, Josh, if does the winner of this race automatically make it to the round of 4 or
That
the
is
round of
correct.
8? Or
That is correct. The next winner will automatically move on to next week.
so any of those guys that are in the red there are win and they're in.
Pretty much. And I'll have the points ready to... I'm not going to have live points, unfortunately, but we'll get that going as the pace car is now pulled onto pit lane. Dustin Dean's going to lead him down to the start. Green flag's in the air. Dustin gets a great jump here. But Stephen Black fighting already hard on the outside. A little bit of help from behind here, too, from the 2 is Isaiah Gill as they rocket into turn 1. Give the lead to Dustin Dean. But Stephen Black follow him right through. But Isaiah Gill on that high side, and here comes Brian Nudie It looks like Stephen Black might have had some internet issues because I don't see him on the ticker anymore. That's a tough place to be when you're running in the points here and trying to make something happen to have a internet issue drop right at the beginning like that. As you can see, the field's starting to stretch out a little bit as they come down the backstretch. Here comes Isaiah Gill looking to the inside of Dustin Dean. He's going to peek his nose underneath there. I think that high side might prevail a little bit coming through turn 3 and 4 here. You know, last time these guys were at Charlotte, we were taking that chicane right there as Brian Nudie just dominated the road course race here at the Roval.
Coming out of 4.
Oh, we got a spin out of 4.
Caution looks like it's out.
Caution is out. I know you haven't announced with us yet, Matt, but you know what that means? It's time for our wreckage rewind. Let's see if we can see what happened here. Did you happen to see what car number it was that went around?
I didn't. They started hitting the tow button as soon as I saw it.
Looks like James Moore went around, so let's key up this accident right here. Looks like James Moore and Max McClure here battling for position. It looks like he just gets loose here coming through the corner. Hard into the wall. Oh, Dean Qualley involved. The 88 involved as well. It's a hard hit right there. So a couple cars just nothing they could really do. Just caught in it.
You know, being new to this, Josh, I know that some of the guys that I've been in some races with have some direct drive force feedbacks, and they say that those can hurt when you take a beating like that, with the wheel just start spinning by itself.
Oh, absolutely. Those things are very strong. I've heard of people having real injuries, hurting their, breaking fingers and hurting their wrists and spraining things. So, but that's a tough break for a couple cars right there, especially, like I said, Dylan Redding getting caught up in that, and looks like TJ Floyd got through that, and I don't think Max McClure has much damage from that as well. So,
yeah, I'm not sure those guys wanted to use their fast repair right at lap 4.
No, for sure, that's not an ideal time to ever use your fast repair up early.
Now, what do we got? 122, 123 to go.
Right about that. As you can see here at Charlotte Motor Speedway right now, track temperature is climbing 134 degrees. As the weather 90 degrees, the air temperature right now. So that's a hot, slick track too. So we should see these guys sliding around, slip sliding, and that's why these guys have 4 sets of tires tonight.
Yeah, and if you're new to iRacing or sim racing, you don't appreciate that as that track temperature starts to increase, your grip really goes down. It's almost like driving in the snow.
So I'm trying to get some. I'm having some issues here with my timing and scoring, so I do apologize for that. Just trying to pull up our driver details, and it's not letting me. That's a shame. I wanted to see Isaiah Gill running the chicane there. I wanted to see if I could get Dustin Dean's ugly mug on the screen. But yeah, so right now Dustin Dean gathering the field back up as we go 2 by 2. Getting ready to go back to green flag racing here. So as they come down the backstretch, Dustin Dean's going to lead them back to the green. Isaiah Gill on the outside. Brian Nudie in that third spot. Michael White, another one of the playoff drivers, in fourth. So looks like our top 4 are all the playoff drivers. And you'll see the playoff drivers have the orange banners up on their windshield, signifying that they are in the playoffs. As the pace car pulls off, Dustin Dean brings them back to the start-finish line to restart. Green's in the air. Dustin gets a great jump there on Brian Nudie and Isaiah Gill. Leaves them in the dust as they rock into turns 1 and 2. And Nudie already to the inside of Isaiah Gill, trying to take over that second spot already. And Nudie's going to take that position away and go set his sights on Dustin Dean. But here comes Isaiah back to the inside. Man, that car looks like it was shot out of a cannon as he's already on the back bumper of Dustin Dean. He's going to look to the inside as they come through the quad oval. Man, what a run that 2 car got. And he's going to take the lead. Man, have you ever seen a car come off the corner like that and get 2 cars on the straightaway?
I'll say that was pretty impressive, wasn't it?
Man, here comes Nudie back to the inside, trying to take a look on Dustin Dean.
Now can he hold it?
Yeah, that's the important thing. And we've seen Isaiah really manage his tires well. But as hot and slick as the track is tonight, I'm imagining that he's not going to be able to hold off those tires as well as he has in the past. As we ride on board here with Dustin Dean, right on this roof cam, and you can see the different lines that these 2 are running. Isaiah was right down on the gas. Dustin's being passed right now by Nudie. Nudie washes up the track just a little bit as they come through the corner. That's going to let Michael White come into the picture too. And also the 22 of Chris Wheeler coming in to join this battle. Oh, Nudie gets real loose there off of turn 4. Trying to keep it off of Michael White, excuse me. Those 2 cars are battling side by side.
I wonder how cautious they're being this early in the race, you know? There's no reason to wreck your car right now.
Now that's for sure. Now Dustin Dean looking at the back bumper of Isaiah Gill again, trying to make something happen. And Chris Wheeler is all over the back bumper of Brian Nudie now. We've got a battle for the top 5 here. Everybody's racing each other nice and hard. Oh, Dustin Dean to the outside.
Mic off.
Of Isaiah Gill.
Mic on.
Real tight there. Using that side draft to rock it down the backstretch. He was pinching really, really hard there, and he's pinching hard again. Isaiah has to get out of it to keep him from washing up the track. And almost washes up the track into the 09 of Michael White, who's on the outside now trying to take over that second position. While those guys are battling hard for second place, that's going to allow Dustin Dean to walk away just a little bit.
Josh, how much does that hard racing like that burn up those tires?
Oh, it's going to tremendously burn up those tires, especially when you're sawing on the wheel and getting loose. You're heating up those tires, having to be pinched down on the bottom. You're turning the wheel harder, burning up that right front. It's definitely not where you want to be. And that's just going to allow Dustin Dean just to start pulling away. As we see Brian Nudi now on the outside trying to take that third position away from Isaiah Gill. He's going to do it. He's going to clear him here. And he's going to set his sights on Michael White. That's a great battle there for second place. And as they battle there for second place, that's going to allow, again, Dustin Dean just to start pulling away as Isaiah Gill now to the bottom underneath Michael White here. And while this is going on, right behind him, the 35 of Will Witt's coming into the picture, and the 99 of Austin Blaylock now. As that's a battle for 6th and 7th spot right here. Austin Blaylock is really moving up through the field. He's gained 6 positions since the start, and now he's all over the back bumper of Michael White.
Yeah, I've been watching that 9 car on the other screen, and he's been falling back a little bit.
Yeah, Michael,
maybe he's taking it easy.
I think Michael might have burnt his tires up a little bit too much. As Stephen Black is back on track, it looks like he's a lap down. So it looks like he had some internet issues caused him to lose a lap, but he's back on track. It's Dustin Dean now with a sizable lead on Brian Nudi. It looks like Nudi's starting to gain on him just a little bit. There's Michael Lawrence. I wanted to give the shout out to him. That car was designed by, I think he said his kid for their birthday. So it's a cool looking paint job he's got on that car tonight. And right behind him, Eddie Morris rolling into the picture as well. Another playoff driver who needs a good night tonight. But Isaiah Gill now under fire from the 99 of Austin Blaylock. So Austin's going to dive it in hard here underneath him. Just getting those left sides down underneath that blue line, that's not going to really help the car at all. That's going to really loosen that car up as they go through the corner.
Yeah,
Yep.
I know you want to hug that blue line as close as you can, but you don't want to get a tire over it.
So now these drivers, Austin Blaylock up to the 4th spot, setting his sights on Chris Wheeler. Chris Wheeler having a great night tonight. Also another playoff driver. Guy just quietly making his way into the playoffs this year. Another one of those drivers kind of has to win to be in for sure. Yeah, he's down in the 12th spot, so he definitely has to win to get in. Same thing with TJ Floyd, Max McClure, and Eddie Morris. So those 4 drivers there are pretty much in desperation mode right now. And while we are away, Brian Nudie makes the pass for the lead. See how that was done. That looks like that was on the outside. Able to drive off the corner on the outside to take that position away from Dustin Dean. Oh, maybe Dustin's gone into conservative mode.
Well, I'm guessing, and you tell me if I'm wrong, Josh, but we're pushing 24 or 25 laps now, and the tires are probably starting to go away on these guys a little bit.
I'm sure they are, especially that right front. The car's starting to really push here. As we can, we can go right on board here with Dustin Dean. Now let's see what his, see what he's doing with the steering wheel here. Yeah, he's really starting to crank that wheel and really having to lift out of the throttle. Oh, pushes right there in the middle. Here I'm playing with the throttle as they come down the front stretch here, or back stretch, excuse me. You can see Nudie running a little different line. He's a little higher up the track than Dustin is, and you hear the tires starting to squeal a little bit, so that car is definitely not handling the way that Dustin wants it to. Now Austin Blaylock all over the back bumper of Chris Wheeler. And right behind them, you have Stephen White, who currently is a lap down. And here comes Blaylock to the inside of Wheeler. And Stephen Black's going to come right along as well. I think Stephen's trying to get his lap back the old-fashioned way.
And that's for third place, right?
Yeah, that's moving him up to third place right there, Austin Blaylock. Now he's going to start chasing down Dustin Dean. See Dustin coming through the corner here, and you see Austin starting to really catch Dustin here. Gap is just over a half a second. He really rolls through the corner a little bit better than Dustin here, too. Oh, Stephen Black's going to go right around him. But Austin is... It looks like Austin lost a little bit of ground on Dustin there as Stephen Black was going around him. Right now, it looks like everybody's kind of spread out around the track for the most part. Nudie's just coming to the line now, and TJ Floyd coming off of turn 2. Which is going to be the next car to go a lap down. And I know TJ needs to have a good race here to lock himself into the playoffs.
You know, Josh, right now I'm looking at the times, and Brian Nudie is increasing between 1/10 and 2/10 per lap over Dustin Dean.
Yeah, Nudie's out to just over a 2.2 second lead right now. And as I mentioned last time we were at this track, Nudie ended up walking away with the victory, but we were on the Roval, as Nudie's quite the road course driver, and tonight you see him kind of just dominating here on the oval. I see if we have any battles on the track right now, but it looks like everybody's kind of just stretching out. The 42 and the 47 going at it. 42 of James Moore. Oh, as we see, Michael Lawrence got really loose there off the corner. And if that's going to tell you how these cars are starting to handle,
I think we're lap 32. We're probably coming up on some pit stops here in the next laps, I would imagine.
another
I'm
battle
thinking
here.
the fuel. I'm thinking the fuel window is probably between 35 to 40 laps. Does that sound reasonable,
It sounds
Josh?
about right. Yeah. So I imagine these guys are probably going to be coming in pretty soon within the next few laps to get some tires and fuel and get these cars handling back the way they want them. Again, these guys do run a fixed set, so when it comes to setups, they really can't adjust too much. As you see, Will Witt looking to the outside of Isaiah Gill. It's a good battle here for fourth, fifth, and sixth we see on track. Take a second look at our Facebook here. We got Jennifer Bowen saying, "Go Joe." Zach Smith saying, "Let's go Merle." Jordan Dean saying, "Let's go Dustin Dean." And then responded with Dustin, conservative, and a laughing face. I love it. And Jordan Schaefer said that new announcer isn't that bad. So
Thanks, Jordan. I appreciate that.
as we see the 20 car now, Brandon White underneath Will Witt, trying to take that position away. Great battle on track right now as these tires are just starting to really go away, and these drivers are starting to struggle with the handling on their car. And I think Will's just going to easily let him go. Now he's going to cross him over here and try to get back underneath him, but looks like Brandon just has the better handling right now on the car as they pull down the backstretch. So we're talking about Brian Nudie. Right now he's got a two and a half second lead off of Austin Blaylock right now. That's Stephen Black right behind him here. It doesn't look like we can even see Austin in the picture. Oh, yeah, he's way back there. That's going to allow Nudie to just keep stretching his lead. So we got another little battle here between Isaiah Gill, Chris Wheeler, and Jacob Bowen. That's for fourth, fifth, and sixth right here.
Josh, that 99 of Austin Blaylock is catching Brian Nudie. Almost 2/10 a lap.
Yeah, I see he's running quite a bit faster than him on track. Last time by, Nudie ran a 32.11, and Austin ran a 31.91. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Austin Blaylock was the fastest car on track that time by. As we're watching this awesome battle right here unfold between Isaiah Gill, Chris Wheeler, Jacob Bowen. 3 cars throw a blanket over them. Wow, these guys are running hard for position. It's allowing Jacob Bowen just to, sorry, not Jacob Bowen, Brandon White start to reel these guys in just a little bit.
Josh, I'm seeing from Jimmy McFarland on Facebook chat that Witt hit the wall and we missed it somehow.
Oh, no. It looks like Max McClure is pitted. Looks like we've had a couple cars on and off the pit road so far. Let's see if we can see. Yep, right now, Brandon White and Michael White both on pit road right now. Looking to get 4 tires and fuel. Brian Nudie, our leader, slow. Looks like he's going to be coming on the pit road here. Giving up the lead to Austin Blaylock. As he makes the long trip down pit road. That's going to give the lead to Austin Blaylock here. I'm sure Austin's going to be coming in and pitting pretty soon. And I apologize for not seeing Will Witt hit the wall. It didn't show on my little screen down here.
Here comes the 99 and the 22.
They're coming Austin.
In to get fuel.
Austin smoking those tires coming into the pits. Isaiah Gill in the 2 on pit road. Here comes the rest of the field. Dustin Dean, Jacob Bowen, Will Witt, Chris Wheeler. All coming down pit road. Looks like Dustin Dean's pushing Isaiah Gill. As Dustin Dean has that very, very first pit stall here. So that's going to give the lead to Eddie Morris in the 8 car. Another one of our Intensity broadcasters. Oh, Eddie hits the wall right in front of Dylan Redding. I didn't miss that one, Jimmy. We saw Eddie get up in the wall, and Dylan's going to be able to drive right on by. I'm sure these guys are going to be coming in the pit pretty soon. Yep, here comes Eddie on the pit road. So that's going to leave Dylan Redding out front. Oh, we got one car really loose going through the grass. I'm not sure who that was. Looks like somebody had some issues as here comes Dylan Redding on the pit lane for his service. So that's going to cycle back around to Brian Nudie taking over the lead. And quite the lead he has. 4 seconds over Austin Blaylock. Yeah, see if Austin can try to reel in Nudie here, but it looks like that lead is just growing to 6.5 seconds. And Nudie is on rails right now.
You know, I really thought after coming in and getting tires, the field would have tightened up a little, but Mr. Brian Nudie had other plans.
Now the tightness right now is for 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th.
Caution is out.
Caution is out. Stephen Black. I'm sorry, Derek Regal. That's going to bring up our wreckage rewind here. And it pains me to put that one up because I am, as a lot of people know, a diehard Dallas Cowboys fan. So I remember watching that event where the cart just kind of lost control, and I'm trying to see what happened here to bring out the yellow. Not really seeing what.
All right, I'm hearing on the radio, Josh, that Derek Regal ran out of fuel.
Oh, okay.
He tried to get onto pit road, but there was a car inside of him, and he couldn't get there and had to go by and ran out.
Gotcha. Is that what brought out the yellow?
That's what I'm hearing on the radio, yeah.
Gotcha. So we can see him on pit road right now, and yep, that's what's gonna do it. So that's gonna bring Brian Nudie on the pit lane, along with it looks like Dean Qualley on the pit lane as well. And I'm sure these guys aren't getting tires or anything like that. They're just gonna top off that fuel and head back on out. You see on the back of the 40 car there, Gill's dump truck service. You see right on the front there. We all know they're the fastest dump trucks in the Northeast. Or Northwest. I apologize. They're the fastest dump truck somewheres. I know that.
Did you see how quick they made it from the Northeast to the Northwest? Tell you, my last kart race this year, I thought I was driving a dump truck.
It's never a fun feeling having a car that drives like that.
No, you think you're going to turn, but you just keep going straight. Kind of how these guys feel after about 30 laps on these tires.
So I'm just trying to restart my timing and scoring here, see if I can get everything working the way it should. There we go. Now we got some driver details up. See the 99 of Austin Blaylock there. Take a quick trip through the field here. So Austin Blaylock is your leader right now. Michael White, the 09, in second. There's the mug of Dustin Dean sitting in third. Chris Wheeler in that fourth spot. Jacob Bowen from Reno, Nevada in fifth. Brian Nudie sitting in sixth. I turn better right than left. Well, you've been turning pretty good left tonight. We've seen you dominate the road course here, and see how you finish up on the oval. Brandon White sitting in seventh. Dean Qualley in the eighth spot. Eddie Morris sitting in ninth. And TJ Floyd is going to round out your top 10. Isaiah Gill running 11th, another one of our playoff drivers. Max McClure, a little bit of rear end damage on that car. I think he's okay, though. Saving that reset for later on when it matters. Dylan Redding, sitting in 14th right now. I missed Will Witt, who's in 13th. Michael Lawrence, sitting in that 15th spot. James Moore in 16th. Brian Merle Jr. in 17th. Stephen Black looks like he just got his wave around. Stephen, I don't think you're 0 years old. I'm sorry. You look a little older than that. As we go back up to the front here, and the lights are off on the pace car, we're going to go back green flag racing.
And if I'm not mistaken, that's going to put Stephen Black, who started 2 laps down because of his technical difficulties, back on the lead lap.
That is correct. So Stephen usually shows some speed, so I don't expect him to stay in the back very long.
Charging battery.
Do apologize for that. My headset battery was dying. And I had to charge that back up, so I do apologize for that coming over the broadcast. So as these guys come off of turn number 4, the pace car pulls off. Austin Blaylock's going to lead them back to the restart zone. Green flag in the air. Austin with a great jump there on Michael White. He's going to have about 3-car length lead as they go into turn number 1 here. Dustin Dean, though, trying to stock that 09 car. See if he can make something happen here.
All right, correction. Stephen Black does remain 1 lap down.
He is
was
1 lap
2,
down.
He just got 1.
Ian Martin says, go get her done, Dustin Dean. Oh, Dustin's all over the back bumper now of the 09 Michael White.
Going to duck underneath, take a little peek.
Looks like that 22 of Chris Wheeler is going to come right along as well. Oh, he gets real loose off the corner, though. And right behind him, here comes Brian Nudie into the picture. Outside the 28 of Jacob Bowen, but right now, Austin Blaylock.
Caution is out.
Caution is out. Looks like Dale Regal had some issues as we're going to dial up our wreckage rewind here. Let's see if we can see what happened here. I can find my mouse here. I'm going to rewind a little bit further because this actually starts a little further back. So we see Stephen White here. We see Regal get real loose there. They make it 3 wide. Because they were 3 wide, we see him. Yeah, he was still loose there as they were coming through the quad oval there, and he just ends up going around and losing it. Doesn't look like he hit anything, though, so he's going to be able to continue on and get 4 new tires, some fuel, and some underpants, and he'll be good to go. So now the question is, who's going to come in and take some more fuel in order to continue on for the rest of the race? Looks like no takers on the pit road here. Oh, looks like Eddie Morris is the first and only car to come down on the pit lane. And again, as you can see these points up on the screen here, we know Eddie has to win to get in. Well, it looks like he's only a point behind Michael Lawrence, so he's probably the closest one on to the bubble right now. Max McClure also needs to have a good points day to try to get around these guys. And with Ian Martin not starting the race tonight, it looks like there's going to be a little bit of shakeup in the points tonight too. Brittany Ann says, let's go Eddie Morris. So, thank you guys for watching, and as we entertain you here on a Tuesday night, I know there's other places you could be. I'm glad you're right here with us on Tennessee Broadcasting. So up front now, Dustin Dean retaking the lead. And I'm sure as he gets up alongside the pace car, looks like he's trying to side draft the pace car here. I don't think that's going to help you any, Dustin. I know some of these guys like to listen to the broadcast while they race, so I don't know if he's one of them. If not, I'm sure his wife's going to yell down the hall to him and say something. So Brian Nudie is going to be restarting in the 5th spot. He's kind of been the class of the field tonight. But he's going to be a little further back, so we'll have to see what he can do here. Is see Brian Merle jumped on the pit lane and jumped off to try to get a little more fuel.
Josh, I'm seeing Austin Blaylock just dropped out.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
The chatter is that his internet dropped out, and so did he.
I do see him. Looks like he's on pit road right now. Looks like he got back in. Looks like that car is actually taking some tires now.
He's going to be at least one lap down.
As he rolls
Looks
out.
like just one. He should beat the pace car here.
Show the track map to see where he is. Oh, yeah, he's going to beat the pace car just fine. As the lights on the pace car are still on, I think they'll be turning off this time by. We'll double them up and re-rack them and try it all again. You're going to have Dustin Dean bringing them back to the green in that green 21 machine. Outside of him, Michael White in the 09. 22 of Chris Wheeler. Jacob Bowen on the outside of him. We'll have to see what kind of restart here Dustin gets. I know he got out to a great restart last time. See if he's able to get a good jump like that again. I like all these new little things we can show you here, like the track map, the battle boxes, the ticker. Pace car pulls off. Green is back in the air. Dustin Dean fires off. Again, another great jump here on Michael White. Almost looks like he keeps him sleeping. I see Brian Nudie making a big jump to the high side as they come through turns 1 and 2 here. He's going to clear Chris Wheeler here down the backstretch. They're 3 wide. Dean Qualley makes a big move to the bottom here. He's going to get underneath the 22 of Wheeler. And he's going to get in. Oh, he gets real loose, though. He was almost run up to Wheeler, but he got real loose. He got to get out of it. He's going to lose quite a few positions as he starts to fall back. Oh, we got one in the wall. Looks like the 0-2 of Isaiah Gill. Caution is out.
Caution is out. Yeah, it is the number 2.
Looks like a few cars involved in that one. I saw the 86 of Regal involved. Eddie Morris involved as well. Have to see exactly what happened here. As we... Isaiah Gill, oh, just comes up on that 20 car, checks up, has nowhere to go, catches the outside wall, catches the inside wall, catches Eddie Morris. And Morris catches the 86 of Derek Regal. And I'm actually going to go on board with Isaiah Gill because that happened so fast. It's almost like he really didn't have any time to react. Oh, okay. So we'll go back a little further because there's a little more involved in that than we saw before. So we see the 20 push up the track into the 22 of Wheeler. And there's just no time for Isaiah Gill to check up. He catches the inside wall, catches the outside wall, catches Eddie Morris. And as you can see, Eddie just had really nowhere to go. Yeah, he just pops out in front of Max McClure, and Eddie just nowheres to go there. It's unfortunate, as he's one of our playoff drivers. Looks like he's going to come down on the pit lane and get some service done on that car. Doesn't look like he has too much damage, but nope, he's going to take that reset, get that thing fixed up, and head back out there. And looks like Isaiah Gill may have had to tow. Nope, Isaiah's going. So he's just a little later to get on pit road, so he's going to get the thing fixed up.
And with that caution, Stephen Black just got his lap back. He is now on the lead lap.
So there you go. And that's going to
64, just over halfway. These guys are going to need at least one more pit stop. Too early for it now, but it's got to be in the back of their minds.
Yeah, I'm sure pretty soon these guys are going to have to pit. You're right, because they are coming up on the this pretty quickly.
Yeah, and this could work to Brian Nudi's advantage. Remember when he came in around lap 57 and just topped off.
Trying to pull up our fuel. Got a lot of buttons and I can't figure out which one to hit. There it is. That is incorrect. These guys are not on a 64 lap stint. So I will get rid of that. Because I had to reset the timing and scoring, so that's why that is incorrect. I do apologize for that.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
There you go. Funny thing is, a lot of the people in this race won't even catch that reference.
Are you calling me old, Josh?
I'm not calling you old at all. That's one of my favorite movies growing up. Remember when that used to be on TV every October?
Every year.
Every year. Sit down and watch it. It's a classic.
Where I grew up, we had no choice. We only had one channel.
I was fortunate. We had 20.
I keep looking at the points and looking at who's who and who's where.
Yeah, it's lights on the pace car are off. So we're going to go back to green flag racing here, but if we get another yellow here, I'll be able to throw up the ticker and throw up the points side by side, and we'll see where everybody's standing. But right now, if Dustin Dean keeps doing what he's doing, he's going to be locked into the next round. Same with Brian Nudi. A couple of these drivers, though, looking to have really good finishes here to see if they can get themselves back up there.
You know, I've been keeping my eye on that 22 of Chris Wheeler. You know, he's currently 12th in the points, but he's been running top 5 most of the night.
Yeah, he knows he's a winning in kind of driver, so he's trying everything he can.
We'll see how things shake out, but if he stays up the top there, he's got a good chance of making it.
So they come back through the quad oval to the restart zone. Green flag in the air. Dustin Dean again with a great jump. Brian Nudi, though, with another great jump as well, as he's going to clear the 09 of Michael White as they go into turn 1 here. And we know Nudi's fast.
You know, when they shoot out there like that, you wouldn't think this was a fixed setup.
As you can see, here comes Nudie to the inside. Oh, Dustin trying to give him the bumper. Gives him the crossover here. And Michael White's right there, too. And Michael White with a run with nowheres to go. As Dustin Dean and Brian Nudie go side by side. Nudie's going to lead that lap. Nudie's going to try that run on the outside again. We know he's made a couple passes on that high side already. Into the picture, here comes Dean Qualley as well, and Jacob Bowen just behind Michael White as they're starting to creep into this top 5. And Chris Wheeler right there as well. Yeah, Brandon White right there in that 20 car behind here as well. Wonder if one of these non-playoff drivers could play spoiler tonight. Dustin Dean's able to keep the lead, and now he's starting to pull away from Nudie a little bit. Well, we've seen as the race goes on, the longer the green flag run, the faster Brian Nudie tends to be. As the field's now starting to spread out a little more single file. Dean Qualley looking to the inside of Michael White just a little bit, but not able to get the nose down underneath there to try to make the position happen. It's Brian Nudie now to the inside of Dustin Dean. But not quite able to do anything. Dustin's able to get to the gas much quicker than Nudie is. As we can see in the bottom right corner here, how much steering input Dustin's putting in, the speed. We see Dustin running kind of that middle line, starting to diamond it a little bit through the corner. And Nudie's right there on that bottom line. Now Nudie runs that middle line and Dustin runs the bottom. So kind of like what you see in the Cup Series racing where one guy's trying what the other guy's trying. But they come down the backstretch. Now Nudie's trying to make something happen here. Right behind them, Dean Qualley. Side by side now with Brian Nudie. For that second place. Couple playoff drivers.
Boy, and Dustin's got to be loving watching those two battle it out like that right in his rear view mirror.
That's exactly what he wants to see right now is those two battle hard for position because that's just going to allow Dustin to pull away.
Josh, don't look now, but Stephen Black is up to 10th.
Look at Steven go. Steven's a quick driver. He's fast around these half-mile tracks, and you can see he's starting to battle up through the field now. He's working on the back bumper of Dylan Redding. Dylan's going to look underneath Will Witt here. You imagine Black's going to go right down to the bottom and follow him on through. No, he's going to take the high side and try to go around him on the high side here. It's a great battle for position here.
Boy, that'll put him up to 9th. Looks like about 50 to go. Climb out of the hole from 2 down.
That's an impressive run. So he almost looks to make it 3 wide. He thinks better of it. And he's just going to follow Dylan Redding on through past Will Witt. As both Dylan and Steven now set their sights on Jacob Bowen. Back to the front now. Brian Nudi's starting to reel in Dustin Dean. Cut that lead to just under a quarter second. 2/10 now. As these top 3 are now starting to pull away from Michael White significantly. See, just Dean Qualley just starting to fall out of the picture now. As he's now just more than a half second back. Brian Nudi right there on that back bumper. Dustin gets through the corner just a little bit better that time. Up to the inside. If he gets down on that AstroTurf just a little bit, gets to the inside, Dustin Dean, and Dustin's going to try to fight back here on the outside. And he's able to fight back, but I think Nudi's going to get him here as they come through turns 3 and 4.
Yeah, I think Brian Nudi's doing a better job of saving his tires over the long run. This is the point in this since the last pit stop where these tires are going to start going away on these guys quick.
Dustin's running that high line though. He's trying to make that thing stay out there on the high line, trying to get back around him, but he's just not able to do it. You see D Quality just starting to fall further and further back.
Yeah, I've been watching that. It's about 1 to 2 tenths a lap.
Here comes Stephen Black around Chris Wheeler.
Up
into the 5th place. Man, what an impressive run. Going 2 laps down after losing connection on the first lap to driving up to the 5th place, and now he's setting his sights on Michael White.
Yeah, he's one that could definitely play the spoiler tonight.
Stephen Black just 13th, just out of the playoffs tonight, so he might be able to sneak in there and get the win. He has 1 win on the season, 5 top 5s, but he missed a few races, so he wasn't able to get into the playoffs. You see these guys come through, and saw Will Witt way up on that high side trying to get around the 11 of Dean Qualley. Sorry, the 11 of Dylan Redding. My mistake. We've got another message on our Facebook here. You got Jennifer Bowen saying, "Come on, 99." Well, Austin's got quite a uphill battle now to get back into contention for the race.
Yeah, Austin needs a caution to get his lap back and get a chance to get tires under him.
See Austin here. And Austin took tires because of that that reset. So he's got a little fresher tires, I think, than some of the other guys. So that's going to allow him to kind of drive up through the field a little bit. See if I can. Will Witt was on pit road about 35 laps ago. I know it shows everybody else not pitting yet, so I apologize for that issue I had with my timing. But Austin is now underneath the 20 car. And again, it's not for position, but he's trying to make everything he can work. Back up front, Brian Nudie now just pulling away from Dustin Dean.
So, Josh, if you're Austin Blaylock, what do you do when the rest of them start to come in here in the next 5 laps? Do you stay out to get your lap back?
I would. I would actually kind of stay out and try to
hope a caution
comes out. Yeah, I mean that's really your only chance.
I mean, fortunately, he is in the lucky dog position, so a caution comes out, he will get it back. But I think if you're him, you stay out.
Same thing with Isaiah Gill being a lap down right now. So he's so we got a couple cars coming on the pit road. At the bottom of the screen, you can see who's on pit road. And
yeah, I'm hearing on the radio they're starting to come. 28's coming this time.
Dustin Dean on pit road.
Will Witt's coming.
So that's going to give the lead right now to Dean Qualley. Brian Nudie on pit road.
There goes the 99. So he just got his lap back.
You hit your ticker.
I hear Joe just sneak into the booth.
Yes, sir. Came away 7th. I've been sitting here watching this race with you guys.
Awesome. What's that put you as far as heats right now? Being 7th. Where are they taking?
You had to finish in the top 2.
Well. Good run tonight. That's impressive, though. Coming in 2nd. Or 7th. 6th. Whatever it was. Apologize. It's been a long night. We're watching.
I just wanted to stop real quick and tell Matt thanks for covering for me tonight, bud. Appreciate it.
Anytime. Who loves you, buddy?
So we see Chris Wheeler come on the pit road now. Is Dean Qualley still out on track? And Austin Blaylock right behind him trying to get that lap back. So if Austin can get around Dean here, that would officially put him on the lead lap. There he goes. He's going to take it. So now all Austin Blaylock can really hope for is a yellow. Right now, yellow would really benefit him.
Yeah, he's still got a pit. And the 4 in front of him haven't pitted yet, I don't believe.
As we see Brian Nudie now make it 3 wide.
Boy, that grass down at the apron comes up quick on you in that oval.
Nudie with an aggressive move there, as he knows he's doing everything he can. He just more 3 wide racing behind him. Some.
Do you know when the last time Dean Qualley and Eddie Morris were on pit road?
They just pit.
So okay, so
Dean has not pit yet.
How about Eddie?
Eddie has not pit yet either.
Okay.
So we are waiting for the top 3 right now have not pit. So we see Brian Nudie has pit, and that's why he's as fast as he is. See, I know I had to reset my timing before, but let me see if I can see.
Dean's coming in this time.
Yep, Dean's coming in this time. Eddie pit, he's on a 34-lap stint. Merle's on a 34-lap stint. So everybody's going to be coming in this time to pit, as we can see down in the bottom. Dean Qualley and Isaiah Gill on pit road. So Eddie Morris is still on track, assuming the lead. Imagine he'll be coming in momentarily for his pit stop. Maybe not this time, maybe next time by. Once green flag pit stops do cycle through, it's going to give Brian Nudie the lead. Dustin Dean back into second place. But a big gap from Brian Nudie. Oh, no, maybe not a big gap. I apologize. Dustin's right there.
Stephen Black's right behind him. I'd be watching for that man.
So
He looks like he's a bad man right now. He's got the fastest lap of the race.
well, Joe doesn't know what happened to Steven earlier.
No, I don't.
So going into turn 1 on the very first lap on green flag, his internet lagged out and he disappeared. And he lost 2 laps. So from being 2 laps down on lap 1 to now being up into essentially the 3rd spot once Eddie Morris pits here is an impressive run for him.
Now, the problem that Stephen Black has is he still has to pit.
Yes.
The rest have already made their pit stops, and they've got enough fuel to make it. But Stephen doesn't. So he's got to be praying that a caution comes out here that he can go get some fuel.
No, Steven was on pit road about 10 laps ago. So Black has pit. So the only person on track who has not pit is Eddie Morris. So as I'm looking at our strategy guide right here, looks like Stephen Black pit about 11 laps ago, Michael White 13 laps ago, Nudie 10 laps ago, Dustin Dean 11 laps ago. So it's all up to who can run the fastest here. It looks like Eddie Morris might be slowing down to take pit road here.
Well, I'm sorry, I missed that one.
Yep, it's all right.
I know he had to stay out at one point to get his lap back. He must have snuck in there and got some fuel when I wasn't looking.
I'm surprised Eddie Morris is still out on track. Hasn't come into the pits just yet. I don't know how long he thinks he can stretch this fuel out for.
How many laps has he got? Did you just run down through him?
Yep, he is on a 40-lap stint right now. Will Witt ran a 41-lap stint, so I imagine he's pretty much running on fumes right now, I imagine.
95 just brushed the wall.
Be the 95 of Michael Provolt, running back in the 19th spot. Here comes Austin Blaylock past Eddie Morris.
Stephen Black just cleared Dustin Dean now. Heads up on that.
Wow. Oh! We almost just had it right there.
Yeah, that was a little close for comfort.
It was. Is Eddie
What do you
Morris?
think, Joe? Would you call that the old lift and pucker, Joe?
Oh, yeah. Especially if Max McClure's behind you.
Wow. You're not going to let that go, are you? As I see some smoke
Never.
up here.
Poor Max.
Not even here to defend himself.
Oh, we had a little Derek Regal. No, not Derek Regal. That's Jacob
Brian
Bowen.
Merle,
Jacob
Brian Merle
Bowen.
Jr. crashed, it says.
Yeah, I see Jacob Bowen with no front end and some engine damage. Not really sure what happened there. See if we can click on here and see what happened. No wreckage rewind, just see see him driving through the grass here, and he just slapped the wall, came back across the track. There's a 28 getting involved as well. No caution for that. I'm kind of surprised as Eddie Morris now on pit road. And Brian Newty is going to reassume the lead.
I think Eddie had to take that gamble and stay out there. It's his only chance at a high finish there.
I'm actually shocked the yellow didn't come out for that. That was the yellow that I know Eddie was probably looking for right there. And Stephen Black starting to run Nudie down just a little bit. That 28 behind Stephen Black is a lap down. So if we look off the gearbox here, we can see that is Stephen Black on the outside of that black car there. So he's starting to see him get bigger and bigger in that mirror. Dustin Dean also trying to catch back up here. That 28 car on fresh tires, on a fresh car after having some incidents on track with the 12 of Brian Merle Jr. And Joe, I was saying before, last time we had run this track with this series, Brian Newty won in dominating fashion. Ironically, another race where you weren't here with us when he was running.
Well, I came in to spoil the party because I think Stephen Black's going to catch him here. He's only a second and a half back now, and he's closing slowly.
And Stephen is running about a 10th faster a lap. And with we're going to be coming up on 15 laps to go here.
Boy, a tenth of a lap, 1.5 back, 15 laps.
Might put him right on his bumper here.
Question is he got enough time to pass him?
Like you said, he caught him about a 10th that lap, and after he gets a sniff at about a second back, he's going to really be catching him then. So it's maybe even sooner than that.
As you can see from the blimp here, what that gap looks like. And if you look in the bottom right corner of the screen, you'll see what the actual gap is in real time. Just seems like Nudi's able to has the speed off the corner, but Stephen Black's able to roll that corner just a little bit better. Nudi's got the speed through 1 and 2, but it seems like Black's got the speed through 3 and 4. And you see no gain there as they come through 1 and 2, but as they come through 3 and 4 this time, you'll start to see that lead shrink.
He's going to start getting a sniff of that draft, too, now. It's really going to help him, I think, suck up. As you can see, it's already starting to close fast. 1.2, 1.19.
And again, Stephen Black isn't really running for anything other than pride right here. He's not in the playoffs. He's trying to spoil somebody's playoff bid right here. As that lead
Yeah,
is...
I don't care where he finishes. To start 2 laps down on lap 1 and come back to be contending for the lead here at the very end, that's pretty impressive.
Did he get those back on Lucky Dogs? Is that what he got
Yep,
him back?
yeah, he got him back on Lucky Dogs, and I believe...
That's even more amazing.
Yep, and I believe he, at one point, he was fast enough to try to almost... He was almost getting it the hard way. But Yellow came out and he was able to get his Lucky Dog, so... Either way, hey, that lead now is under a second.
Yeah, 10 laps to go, and he's less than what is he, a 0.8?
0.86, yeah. And we're just going to keep it on the blimp view here because it's showing what's going on, especially now that they're starting to catch a lap car here. That is the lap car of...
Yeah, they're going to start hitting some traffic all the way around, and that could work to Steven's advantage.
Question is, did Steven drive the wheels off that thing getting to Nudie? Is he going to have anything left? Because we know Nudie from what even races past, but I heard you say it earlier, he's been able to conserve those right front tires through these runs and really able to get after it later in the run.
Yeah, they're catching lap traffic in the front, and that's going to slow Nudie down right here as they catch that lap traffic and not the right place. You can see it really slowed him down there as that gap falls down to just about a half a second.
I think what's helped Steven, too, though, is he hasn't been racing anybody. He's been able to take whatever line he wants, not having to hug the bottom, not have to hug the top, stay out of the wall.
Yeah, and you can see Steven's catching that lap car in a better place than Nudie did.
Yeah, but watch out for Eddie Morris. Eddie Morris on fresh tires behind Stephen Black here, and he's working to get a lap back. So
and you can see the difference that fresh tires really make for these guys. So we just have 7 laps to go here. Is Stephen Black going to be able to do it? That's the question. He's slowly reeling him in now that he's down to 0.4. And they're catching the lap car of Max McClure here, too. You see Nudie's starting to run that higher line. Oh, Max is going to pull in and go down to the pits. Steven's there. Is Eddie just going to kind of lay back there, or is he going to try to get his lap back? I don't know if he realizes these guys are running for the lead right here.
I'm sure he realizes that, and he kind of did back off. I think there's not really being aggressive with the pass. There's not much he can gain from it right now, I don't believe. So he's definitely in the lucky dog position if something did happen. So
as we come to 5 laps to go.
What does Stephen Black have for Brian Nudie? That's the question. Hey, Matt?
That is the question. It's one thing to catch him, it's another thing to get by him.
So we come to 4 laps to go. And where do you do it? Do you do it high? Do you do it low? I know Nudie passed quite a few people on the high side as the run went on. Steven going to try that too, or Steven going to try to get under him? That's the other question. Steven
I
gets a
think
great
Steven's
run.
better through 3 and 4, and we're going to see it right here.
But Nudie gets that great run on the high side. It looks like Steven got a little loose, or excuse me, a little tight there underneath Nudie on that low side.
Yeah, Joe, to your point, I don't know that Steven's got the tires left to hug the bottom.
I think he can hug the bottom. He just needs to get off to the wall. And when you're underneath somebody, unless you really drive it in deep, it's not possible. And Nudie's riding that middle line, which really hugs you down, doesn't give you that room to breathe. And you're going to see a really good run here down the front stretch from Black.
2 to go. As Black
Here it
gets
comes.
back underneath him. Here's the battle for the lead. Nudie gets such a great run off that high side through turns 1 and 2 as they go side by side down the backstretch.
Oh, that lap car couldn't come at a worse time for Brian Nudie.
I wonder if Wheeler's just going to get out of the way or if he's going to... Stephen Black to the point. So the white flag is in the air. Does Nudie have anything left for him? Nudie really drives it hard into the corner. I think he overdrove turn 1 trying to get back to him. Stephen Black's just going to start to pull away. As they come,
Brian Nudie, though, you've done your job and you've made sure you made it through to the next round.
as they come off of turn number 4.
Eddie was letting it all hang out trying to pass Nudie back there, too.
Stephen Black is your winner. Brian Nudie coming home second. Here comes Dustin Dean. Coming home in third. But your winner, Stephen Black.
And Nudie says to him, "What'd you do? Lead 2 laps, the last 2?" And that's right.
Hey, that's all
All
you
he
have to
needed
lead.
to lead. Yep.
Hey, he only needed the last one, right?
All right, gentlemen. I'm going to jump out of here. Great job tonight. Have a good one.
Thank you, sir. We'll catch you on, I'm not sure next time we're going to catch you. I think Sunday for Original Rebels.
Yeah, 10-4.
So what a great run for Stephen Black. Coming from 2 laps down. As he burns it down here. Those are your unofficial results on the left. And while I'm going to do that, I'm going to put up, even though we're not live, we're going to put the points coming in here up on the screen. Just so we have an idea of where everybody finished. We're going to do some interviews here. So first we're going to pull Dustin Dean into the booth. Dustin, Josh, and Matt, you got us?
I got you loud and clear, guys.
Hey, great race tonight. Pretty consistent, leading a bunch of laps, staying up in the top 3 most of the race. I know Nudie was kind of the class of the field for a while. How do you see the race from your side of things?
Nudie knew how to save tires better than it seemed like anybody except that last run there where Steven took him. But, yeah, I did not have a long run car tonight for sure. I was really good. I tried my best to save the tires, but I just I couldn't save them good enough.
Well, it was good enough to get you to the next round for sure. Anybody you'd like to thank tonight?
Well, of course, I'd like to thank my smoking hot wife, Jordan. She's always supporting and loving on me. And I also got some family out there watching, so shout out to them. And shout out to you guys for putting on such an awesome broadcast.
Thank you, sir, and congratulations on moving on to the next round. And I'm sure we'll be talking to you next week.
Sounds good. Thank y'all.
And next, we're going to pull in our second place finisher, Brian Nudie. Brian, Josh, and Matt in the booth. You got us?
I got you.
Man, last time we were here, you put on a clinic turning left and right. Tonight, looked like you were going to run away with it again. And then Stephen Black comes back from 2 laps down. How was the race from your side?
I had a great strategy. Everything was going good. I just that last round of green flag stops, I thought Stephen Black, I thought he was still laps down and he just stayed out. I didn't realize he was on the lead lap during that last green flag cycle. So I wasn't even really worried about him. I was just worried about Dustin. And then somebody said he was on the lead lap, and I was like, oh, here we go.
Well, regardless, great run tonight. That's going to lock you up into, I believe that's going to move you into the playoffs without a problem. Yeah, you were already above the cut line, so you are moving on to the next round. I know you got some shout outs you have to do, especially to the dump truck service, so go at it.
As always, got to give a big shout out to Isaiah or Guild Dump Truck Service, fastest dump trucks in the Northwest, and also got to give a shout out to Morris Towing, the slowest tow trucks in Petaluma. And then also want to give a shout out to all my teammates and give a shout out to Stephen Black. He drove a hell of a race, led 2 laps, and got me right there at the end. Hell of a job.
Perfect. And what are the hours of Gill's dump trucks? I can't remember.
They're open every other Sunday from 11 to 1, and they're closed for lunch from 11:30 to 12:30.
Perfect. Well, again, congratulations. We'll see you next week, and hopefully we'll talk to you again.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you, guys. Have a good one.
And lastly, our winner tonight, Stephen Black. Stephen, Josh, and Matt in the booth. You got us?
Yep.
Man, leading the most important laps of the race were the final 2. I know you had I guess you had an internet blink out right at the beginning, put you 2 laps down, fighting through adversity, finishing off the race, winning the race. Congratulations on that. How'd you do it?
I think I kind of channel my inner Bill Elliott, to be honest. I don't know. I know I got lucky dog. I went through the field the first time and got a lap back, but had to pit and went back 2 laps down. And then it was just kind of racing for that lucky dog position and getting the wave around. So,
Well, awesome job tonight. Like I said, leading only 2 laps, but one of them being the most important lap of the race. Anybody you'd like to thank tonight?
yep, Tracy Humber Fishing for sponsoring the car all season. He's a great guy to work with. If you're ever in the state of Alabama or Mississippi, or the surrounding area, he'll hook you up with a good fishing trip. Wetsu for supplying the dopest threads to paratroopers, Black Hill Farms, and H&R Dirt Work. And shout out to my team, Cyclone Racing. We were missing a couple tonight. Bailey's been having computer problems, and Brett didn't get to come out, but Dean had a good run tonight. So overall, it was pretty good for us with me getting the win.
Yeah, I've been wondering where Bailey's been most of this season, so tough to hear the computer problems, but you guys plan on running the Cup Series next year, or trucks, or anything for any plans?
Cyclone Racing's coming back next season. We don't know with who, but we'll hopefully pick up some victories next year as well.
Awesome. Well, again, congratulations, Stephen. I know it's a tough way to finish the night, but amazing way to finish it, going up from last to first. So congratulations again, and hopefully we'll talk to you again soon.
Yep, thank you.
Well, Matt, what you think?
Is that it?
That's it.
Oh,
We're still live, but we're just finishing up here. Just want to see what you thought of the racing tonight.
I am really impressed with how Stephen Black started the race 2 laps down. So many things have to go right for that to happen, where you get both laps back, you're pitting at the right time, the flags are coming out at the right time for you, and you've got to have the skill to be able to drive the car up through the field like he did there at the end. Kudos to him. And, just class act all the way across. I mean, Brian Nudie saving tires like nobody's business. Dustin Dean with, every restart coming out of a cannon like he did. Pretty impressive and pretty exciting.
For sure. And so that's going to conclude the round of 12. Next week, we take on Darlington for 125 laps to start the round of 8. We'll have 2 races after Darlington, Dover, and then the top 4 are going to race for the championship at Atlanta. So, as always, you can find it here on Intensity Broadcasting. Find us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Find us on Intensity Broadcasting. Twitter, we post race updates and funny memes and whatever we want over there, Intensity Broad 1. So as Atman Weiss would normally say, like, follow, subscribe. We'll see you next time. You'll see us again on Thursday night for the NASCAR Daytona Series. And then Friday night, you'll catch us for the Shenandoah Shine 160. As Atman Weiss would say, over and out.